under and breathe in deep. Maybe they'd never find me at all. Laying the pistol aside, I rose on shaky legs, swaying slightly. I couldn't focus. I knew I was forgetting something big. Was it the laws of physics? No, but something just as important. My head was thumping like a bass drum. I couldn't remember. Drawing a ragged breath, I took a last look down the shore, and in that moment, I swear I saw death. Not the guy with the scythe wearing the cowl, more like a dark distortion hovering above the waves in deep water. Crouched, poised, ready to strike. Waiting, but not for me. Chapter 2. The boy's softball had splashed down near one of the frisbee players who tossed it farther out. Naturally, his lab chased after it, dog paddling into deeper water and into deep trouble. As she lunged for the ball, a wave broke over her, and with the ball in her jaws, she couldn't close her mouth. Gagging in a panic, the lab thrashed about wildly, attempting to keep her head above water, and then she slipped below the surface. That's when something in me snapped. On pure reflex, I went reeling down the beach, barely able to keep steady on my feet. I staggered into the surf after the drowning dog. The kid was screaming now. The lifeguard looked up, baffled by the racket. He clearly had no freaking idea what was happening. After splashing through the shallows, I plunged into the surf, swimming desperately toward the spot where the lab went under. The icy water cleared my foggy mind as I bulled through the waves, fighting the breakers and the drag created from my sodden business suit. When I popped my head above the water, I'd lost sight of the dog. She'd disappeared completely. Damn it! If she'd sunk to the bottom, there was a chance I'd never find her. Suddenly, she exploded to the surface of the water. She was hacking and gagging, but she still had the damned ball clamped in her jaws. Desperate to reach her before she went down again, I sprinted toward her. But the dog started frantically snapping her head back and forth, trying to spot the shore. She kept paddling farther out, and as I raced after her, I felt my strength fading fast. With a last despairing surge, I lunged for the lab's collar. Grabbing it, I yanked her head around, trying to swing her toward the beach, and the ball popped out. But she was out of her mind with fear and rage. The moment I touched her, she whirled on me, savagely snapping. She bit down on my arm, sending a sharp blaze of pain through my body. Sweet Jesus, she was going to drown us both. Cursing, I pushed at her with my free hand, trying to break her hold, but she clamped down even harder. And that's what saved her life. With her jaws locked on my arm, she couldn't swallow any more water, but I couldn't swim either. Rolling over, I managed to support her as I side-stroked back to the shallows with my free arm, hauling her with me until my feet brushed the bottom. Even then, she wouldn't let go, so I gathered her up. I staggered ashore with the exhausted dog cradled in my arms, her jaws still clamped on me. Not a soul came to help me. They were all too busy filming the whole episode with their phones. I dropped to my knees in the sand. The second the lab's paws touched solid ground, she squirmed free of my arms and went tearing off to the boy and a woman who were both crying and yelling. Suddenly, the lifeguard was in my face, hauling me to my feet by my lapels. "Are you out of your freaking mind?" he shouted. "What the hell were you doing out there?" "Your damn job," I roared back. Pushing him off me, I took a wild swing at his jaw that missed the muscle-bound clown by a foot and dropped me to my knees in the sand. As I struggled to rise, I realized the lab had ripped my arm open. Christ! Blood was everywhere. I felt my body sinking. Then, the sun winked out. Chapter 3. I woke in a world of white. White ceiling tiles, sterile white walls, white machines beside my bed. One was for oxygen, I think. The others were complicated. I had no idea what they were for. My bracelet was silver, though, because my right wrist was handcuffed to the bed frame. A heavy-set woman in blue hospital scrubs was